Well, from Cinderella's wicked stepmother to countless TV tropes, the evil stepmum stereotype has deep roots in pop culture, but it's causing real damage inside today's blended families. Katherine Schwarzenegger even revealed that she hired a coach before marrying Chris Pratt to help break the toxic narrative.
Now Aussie step-parenting expert and mindset coach Chris Burns is adding her voice, saying it's time to reframe the whole and rewrite the script, especially for women thrown into the role completely unprepared. And to tell us more, step-parenting expert Chris Burns joins us live in studio. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
We are seeing more and more of these blended families. You have two, as we like to call them, bonus kids of your own, young teenagers. What did you make of Katherine Schwarzenegger's move to hire a step-parenting coach?
Yeah, look, as a mum also, when I was going into pregnancy, you have 9 months of preparation, right? You become a step-parent and there's not that 9 months of prep work. There's no books that you're reading. There's no how to be a mum when you're expecting, all of that sort of narrative playing out. So you sort of get thrown in the mix and you're essentially influencing and raising children without all the prep work involved. So I definitely resonated with why she did it, and it's kind of why I do what I do.
OK, so she reached out and got help. Let's sort of rewind it a little bit back to the evil stepmum sort of stereotype. Why do you think that's held on for so long?
Oh, look, my favourite movies as a kid was Cinderella and The Parent Trap, and we can see how those roles played out in those movies. I'm sure that there's many, many more. And it sort of imprints to our conditioning and our values and how we perceive step-parents coming into our lives at a later time. They're taking over the role as, you know, both of our biological parents essentially living in the same home, and sometimes we can hold on to that negative narrative as such, when really it's just another person to come in and love you.
Chris, if you're about to step into that role of being a stepmum or a step-parent, how do you emotionally prepare for that new job?
Yeah, look, I think that don't be afraid to ask for support and looking for support. There is support out there. There are tools and resources out there for you, essentially mentors and coaches and things like that. There is podcasts. There's not a lot of it, but there's definitely resources there available to you if you seek it.
Well, and we're looking at some other things here. What do you mean by regulation strategies?
I think that when you become a new parent in any stage, you've got a lot of triggers that come up with children's emotions and things like that. Being able to regulate your own emotions is probably the number one thing that I would encourage my clients to be working through. Your nervous system needs to feel supported, and you need to be able to breathe through the big moments and come out the other side.
This is an interesting one. Don't seek validation.
It is a big one because a lot of us want to be liked, especially when we're stepping into the new role of a parent in a step-parenting dynamic. We want the kids to like us, but that's just externalising your validation. That's externalising your self-worth, and the purpose of that isn't to serve the kids, it's to serve yourself. So you want to be ensuring that you are not doing things to be liked, you're doing things from a place of love and authority and building on that relationship as an authoritative parent.
Chris, it really feels like a bit of a minefield.
Can be, yeah. For a lot of clients coming into the role, I 100% resonate with that. It can be a little bit overwhelming and you don't know if you're doing right from wrong. You're just going with the punches, essentially, and rolling with things. But I think if you can lead yourself with compassion and grace and be really honouring yourself through the process as well.
What are some mistakes that step-parents can make early on in the process?
Yeah, look, something I say with a lot of clients that start working with me is that when you take on your step-family, you have a choice. You have a choice to be dad's partner or you have a choice to be stepmom. You need to make that decision very early on, and it's a decision that you need to hold on to and honour.
Can't you be both?
Well, not really, because a stepmom means that you're going to be a mum. You're going to have to do all the mum things and all the parenting, and you have to be there as a leader and as an authoritative figure. That means there might be some discipline things, there might be some boundaries set, there might be some bigger conversations. But I feel like as dad's partner, which is the women that I had influencing my life as a child, they were simply dad's girlfriend, so they weren't necessarily a part of the process in terms of supporting me or my growth or my evolution as a kid.
So what's right?
Well, it's up to you. That's your choice as a person, as a woman coming into the role. That's got to be up to you.
Oh,
wow.
OK.
Well, how would you then go about building that trust? Because a lot of these kids would be naturally hesitant or even hostile to an incoming stepmum.
For sure. I think going at the kids' pace is really important. You need to honour yourself 100%, but going at their pace. They are children at the end of the day. There is no Bible or rule book or handbook. There is nothing that is 100% right, but go at the child's pace and be graceful and compassionate with whatever pace that is, and just remembering they're children. What they say isn't Bible. They might not mean the words they use, and just always give love first.
When it comes to co-parenting with a partner or ex-partner or partner, your ex, How do you handle being left out of major decisions if you're not the biological parent? So it would be the ex and your new partner making the big decisions.
Yeah, look, I can't speak from my own personal experience, just simply because I am quite involved with my beautiful girls. But for women that I have worked with who have gone through that, the biggest thing I think is just really being vulnerable in your communication. Be honest with how you're feeling. If you want to be more involved, you need to speak up. You need to sit down and have this conversation. Be vulnerable with yourself. Don't shy away because you feel like it's the right or wrong thing to do. You need to honour what you're feeling and speak to your partner, potentially speak to the biological parent as well, and say, hey, I want to be more involved. Don't be afraid of opening that door, because more times than not, the biological parent and your partner will be on the receiving end of that and want you to be more involved, but they also don't know how you feel.
Right. So speak up and be open.
Wow. Be vulnerable.
Obviously, there are ways that you can go into these relationships with your eyes open and make it a fulfilling relationship for everyone. Chris, thanks for your time this morning.
Thank you guys so much.
Thank you.